Hello friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. We're back with Goblin Combo, aka Moggwarts. Just can't quite leave the Goblin camp. We're going to see if we can put in a little bit of a better showing than how we did on Tuesday, which was still quite respectable. See if we can play a little bit faster. I have made a couple of small changes. In the sideboard, I brought in a second Introduction to Prophecy. I also took out the Introduction to Destruction. I brought in a second Flaring Pain, so it'll be easier to find it when we need it, as well as moving the Skirk Jewel Sergeant into the sideboard. I figure that if we're comboing, I would rather almost any other combo card to try and finish the game with, and if we need to use it to find Flaring Pain, well, Flaring Pain's in the sideboard, so we can bring all three cards in. And then to make room for that, I remove some of the darkness. Otherwise, I added one land when I took out the Drill Sergeant. Alright, so decent as far as lands go, but we don't have any of the combo here. And we only have the one draw spell. I'm not too interested in this hand. Now we have 0 lands, so again, I'm going to mulligan. Alright, not great. Really not great. But I don't want to mulligan any further. Gotta get rid of 2 cards. Thinking probably Ash Barrens and Prospector then. Keep the Manamorphose to draw card. Carnarium acts a little bit like draw a card, sort of. But I would definitely prefer that Morphose to be a Night's Whisper. Well, opponent is moving kind of slow, so they're going to give us a bit of time. Islands, welcome! You got here right at the start. Another Carnarium. Time to 5-0 with Gobbo. That is the plan. So Ash Barrens for Swamp, Golgari Rot Farm, Swamp, and Forest. It looks like they're playing some sort of Golgari deck. Could still be Jund. I don't think we really need to Duress now. We can do that later, I think. We're just not under any kind of real pressure at the moment. So maybe it's safe to take our time, we'll see. Alright, we're not going to have too much more time. They're going to be able to play a giant dinosaur soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can actually play a giant dinosaur next turn. And that's not something we can Duress away. Sakura Tribe Elder. Cool. Another Duress. Unfortunate. Okay, 2 removal spells and a Thorn. That's not too bad, actually. So we can just get rid of the removal spells, and they're not going to have anything too good to play next turn. I mean, Thorn is good, don't get me wrong, but at least it's not a dinosaur. Alright, well I guess Steve isn't going to be attacking. Okay, there's the Thorn. Shred Memory. Okay. That's not too bad. That can go get us First Day or Putrid. The problem is we don't know which one we need yet. We could Manamorphose first, draw a card, see what we get, and then go for Shred Memory, depending on what we draw with Manamorphose, I think. We're going to go, I think, red-black with this. Night's Whisper. Good draw. Let's cast Night's Whisper instead. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so now we can Shred Memory for first day of class, and we're ready to go next turn. We're still missing one piece. Hello, Crown. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Bajuga Bog, sure. So the reason I wanted to do it this turn was to use my mana, because Transmute costs quite a bit. So normally a combo costs 4 mana. Adding Transmute on top of that is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he wouldn't have even had enough. Crypt Rats here is quite a problem. That is really bad for us right there. We're going to need to find Pyromatics to get rid of it. Oh, hey there, Velour. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Okay, so tap those, play Carnarium, return the tapped swamp, and loot. Let's see if we can find Pyromatics. Oh, Goblin Matron's okay. We already played a land. So we're going to have 1 black mana left over, which isn't really going to be enough for anything. Alright. Play Matron, get another Putrid Goblin, pass the turn. Maybe, I mean, it's in the air between either of these. We could also just go get a win con here, but realistically we need to load up on our other creatures here, like Prospector and Putrid. Oh, hey there, Blind. This is nearly the same build. I made a few small changes. I got an extra Flaring Pain in the sideboard. The Skirk Sergeant has been moved to the sideboard. We got an extra land in the main deck. And I think that's about it. Oh, I brought in a... what was the other card I brought in? Second Introduction to Prophecy. Another Matron, okay. So how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then how much damage can they do next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage next turn. So they have Xaxes. So we're going to need to either win this turn or present blockers. I think we might just put down like Matron, Putrid Goblin, Try and hold up blockers this turn, get the Crypt Rats off the board, and then go for the combo next turn. Why did it have to be Crypt Rats? Ah, one of my favorite cards working against me. Could play the Prospector, and then if we play the Prospector, if they try to Crypt Rats, we could start a combo. But Introduction to Prophecy is a sorcery, so we wouldn't be able to cycle towards the win card. We would just have infinite mana during their turn and wouldn't have anything to do with it. I think we'll just pass here and hopefully get to untap. Ooh, Islands. What's my favorite card of all time? That's a pretty tough one. Pulse of Marasa, sure. I think that Necrotic Ooze would be way up there. It's a creature for 4 mana, has all activated abilities of all creatures in all graveyards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it looks like we go to 1 currently. I mean, I'm in for blocking here. Just in case they have, like, Swamp in hand or something. I don't think they played a land yet. Alright, Duress off the top. Come on. Another Putrid Goblin. Alright. Let's try and get something started here. I think we go first day first. Nice. Okay, so they let the Prospector become a 2/2. That's good. Okay. Let's keep making mana, as long as they let us. Okay, so they're going to Doomblade our Prospector. We'll go ahead and sacrifice it to itself. Okay, play another Prospector. And we got another Matron to do it again. You want to do that before Prospector comes into play. That is sus. Okay, you got it. I would definitely want to do that once Prospector was on the battlefield. But then I get to start making mana, so it is what it is. Oh, looks like they made a mistake there. And I think they are F6'd. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Matron. Nice. Opponent concedes, so we don't have to use any more time off our clock. Very kind of the opponent. That was a tricky situation. I think that the opponent wanted to wait until I had the Prospector onto the battlefield and wait for the Putrid Goblin to be persisting but not have the counter on it from first day yet, and then activate the Crypt Rats to get the Putrid Goblin and the Prospector, and then I have to use the Goblin Matron to go get another Prospector. It would have been way harder for me to finish the combo, I think. That being said, I don't think there's too many cards we actually want to bring in for this matchup. If I had Reaping the Graves, I might bring that in. Skirk Drill Sergeant doesn't seem terrible, but I mean, realistically, it's mostly just there to help with part of the combo. I think I'm just gonna resubmit with the original 60. Oh, that is going to be a mulligan. Well, another no land hand. We do have 20 lands in the deck. Okay, so we have a hand that is lands and spells this time, so we'll keep it. And we only got to put 2 back cards back, so I'll put down a Carnarium and, I mean, probably the Bloodfell Caves. I know I want to put one of the Carnariums back. Alright, only 15 minutes left on our clock, so gonna have to play a little bit quicker. This is something that I'm always trying to remind myself when I'm playing this deck. It is, I believe, a difficult deck to play. They're using Scry lands, we're using Gain lands. Generally, we're not going to get to a point where we would want to use a Scry land, so it is what it is. But gaining a little bit of life here and there is okay. We could cycle the Unearth. We don't have too much else going on here. But I don't know that I necessarily want to do that. We're not ready to combo or anything. Let's draw a couple more cards, see what we can draw into. Because again, like, we're not under any pressure right now. So we don't need to go fast. We need to play fast, but we don't need to win too quickly. We can wait until a much later turn. Yes, we did win game 1. We had to navigate through the Crypt Rats, which was not easy, but we did find a way. Oh no, another Crypt Rats. At least we have the Pyromatics, we can just kill it. And honestly, I think I might want to just do that now. So we can just get rid of it and not have it not be a problem anymore. I'm just thinking, like, is there a reason why we want to hold the Pyromatics? It would be in case we draw into the combo next turn. So we would need to draw... I guess there's a couple things we could get next turn. We can just wait on the Pyromatics. We just draw land. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we're not going to get anywhere close to killing the Packmate. Oops, cancel that. I don't want to replicate once, I want to replicate 0 times. Maybe I should have just taken that damage in case they have another Crypt Rats here. Oh no, Pestilence! That sucks. That's going to be a really hard one to play around. And our deck is not helping here. They saw that we had no lands in our hand for hand 1 and hand 2. So now the deck is just giving us all the lands in the deck to even out the odds. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. So we're dead. Looks like opponent is deciding not to kill us. Is this still death? I mean, basically it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So yeah, they could have killed us this turn. But with all those Pestilence activations, I'm not seeing a way through this. Even if we drew perfect. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we were dead anyway. Are they going to see it? Are they going to Pestilence us now? They can just end the game by tapping all their black mana. Okay. I think they see it. I'm wondering, there's a black, I think it's an instant, Feed the Clan, I think it's called. Destroy a creature or an enchantment. That would be pretty nice for this matchup. Good enough. Feed the Swarm. Okay. Another Jungle Hollow. And Night's Whisper. Nice timing. Could go Matron. Go get Putrid Goblin, and that uses our mana pretty well. And if they kill Matron, then we have an Unearth for it. Alright, let's go first day off the top, please. Not that lucky. Alright, Night's Whisper first. I guess we could Manamorphose into another Night's Whisper, but at that point we're discarding cards, right? kind of like holding the Manamorphose here. We've got a lot of cards that are asking for black mana in our hand and only one source of black mana. So if I'm going to be using this Manamorphose, I want to get some black mana out of it. Another Crypt Rats. Another Unearth. Alright, I'm going to start with Night's Whisper. We do find some lands. Get rid of the Pestilence, very nice. And I think we pass back at this point. And I'm probably going to cycle and Unearth at the end of their turn. Bachuka Bog, sure. Don't have anything in there worth much. Come at me, I'm here! Another Manamorphose. Okay, so we got a few draws there. Oh, don't mind the Matron. I think I get another Prospector here. Duress. Yep. I don't have a first day. So anything you take is not that hot. The Unearth was a pretty good one, though. Going to make it a little bit more difficult. Being able to potentially unearth a Matron is pretty nice value. Another turn without attacks from the opponent. They're just hanging back because they're scared. Cool. So they're going to activate the Crypt Rats. I don't think I really want to use the mana here. We're in combat step. Let's see what we can find with these Manamorphose. Another Putrid Goblin, okay. And a Night's Whisper, even better. Oh, we find First Day. 1, 2... We have enough mana to go off, but they have 5 cards in hand. I would really love a Duress before we go off. Okay, they just foretell a card. I don't like that we only have the one Prospector. I'm kind of thinking about just playing my goblins and attacking with them, because they're not small. And then again, we have 2 of these Putrid Goblins ready to go, so they need 2 pieces of interaction in order to stop us. Okay, so they do have the 2 pieces. Oh, I should have made an extra mana there. My bad. I had an extra mana I could have made. Alright, let's go. Attack! Oh no, another Crypt Rat's here? That sucks. Well, their deck is really well set up to fight against us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we do have enough to activate the Invoker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they're just doing it for 3 all at once. That's good for us. We're actually going to be able to keep 1/1 goblins here. Oh, is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So that's 5 damage. How about that? Actually managed to grind with the deck. And this is not a grindy deck. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that win. Ooh. Now this is the kind of hand that you dream of. And then you wake up because there's no way you're going to get a hand like this. I mean, obviously we keep it. This hand is great. We can even Night's Whisper turn 2. So, Clamigo, what have you been playing lately? Linux Clans, hello, hello. Okay, so this is going to be a tough match. Playing against Faeries. Faeries is in no way easy. So good thing we have a good hand, and, well, it's going to be a tough one. Okay, Duress is a nice draw. Alright, do they have the Ninja? Turn 2 Ninja is a problem. They do, okay. So they're going to be able to draw excellent cards turn after turn. And we're going to be struggling to keep up. I think we probably just have to play the Putrid Goblin here. We can unearth it later, just so we have a potential blocker for the Ninja while they're tapped out. Because, yeah, we don't have the combo yet. We're still missing a card. Oh, Jeskai Affinity. Good deck. I see that a lot of people have been going more of a Grixis style lately because of the what are those things called? The 1/1 human. And now you're testing a version with Core Skyfisher to have a better chance against Faeries. Very nice. Core Skyfisher, one of the premier creatures in Pauper. Okay, keep that ninja back. That's what I like to see. Another first day of class. I think we probably go for Matron here. They could potentially have counterspell, so maybe we start with a Duress. Although Duress does get hit by Spell Stutter Sprite, whereas Matron won't. I'm going to Duress. Make sure we can get our piece this turn. Okay, so they do have the Spell Stutter Sprite. Too bad we didn't have the combo right now, because we would be able to go. We have enough mana. But alas, we needed one more mana. Pass back. Bring back Daze. No, thank you. Let's bring back Gush at the same time. Sorry. Lightning bugs. I'm not sure what you mean. What did I not pay for? Oh, okay. I see what, if it's the fairy, yeah. Fairy just asks how many fairies are in the battlefield, and if the CMC is lower, it counters the spell. That would be way more fair, lightning bugs. Way more fair. Okay, the Putrid Goblin's kind of awkward here. I'd love to do the Prospector thing, but I feel like I gotta do a bait. Could I go first day of class, first day of class? I think I could. But then if they don't counter the first day of class, that's kind of troublesome. Crambo, hello. Unfairies. We got to get rid of them. This would be so much better if we didn't block. Why did we block? So they wouldn't draw the extra card. Yeah, the problem is the Putrid Goblin needs to be reset. So we need to unearth the Putrid Goblin. Because if we go double first day Skirk, and then they counter the Skirk, we're in a lot of trouble. Well, I mean, worst case, we at least get to replace the first day with a card. Let's see what happens. All right. I don't think they'll counter first day, but they might. Oh, there you go. You were right. Now, we're not quite there yet. We're still missing one piece. Good point, B4L4. Sometimes people just don't quite understand which cards you really need to counter. And in maybe, you know, in a different situation, if I had 2 Skirk Prospectors in hand instead of 2 first days, then that would have been the right thing to counter, but of course I wouldn't have done it in that order. Faithless Looting on first day of class. First day of class gets another Introduction to Prophecy. So we probably want both of these. I think we get rid of the Ash Barrens Prospector here. I want to keep the Swamp just in case. I think I'm going to Manamorphose, or do we Faithless Looting first? Go black. Black. Ah, damn it, another Swamp. We're almost fizzled here. Got Faithless Looting out of the graveyard. Let's do that first. We got it. Okay, we got there. Okay, they're at 20, so we need 40 mana. And I'm just going to be clicking here pretty quickly, really concentrating on just getting this part done as quick as possible. So if you got any good jokes, go ahead and throw them up in chat. Any fun stories, amusing anecdotes. I like that B4L4. I like that idea. Take a peek at their hand. It only costs 1 extra mana. Not a fan of the Pauper combo. It is a lot of clicks. Is there something specific, Ducat TV, that you don't like about this deck in particular? Oh, big time. If we were playing in paper, this game would already be over. Okay, nothing special. Boop. Replicate 19 times. Your fingers will probably stop working. Yeah, I think that you got a pretty good point there. Definitely would not be interested in playing this all day, every day. This is a once in a while kind of deck on Moto. But I will definitely be buying the deck in paper. And I actually own most of the deck on Moto now. I'm only renting a couple of cards. I think the only cards I'm renting are Manamorphose and Darkness. How many games did you lose because of the clock? I think that I've lost 2 games to the clock in the 4 leagues that I've played. And those are like specifically games that I would have won if I had more time. Okay, so we want the Pyroblast. And Electrickery. So that's a lot of cards we're bringing in. I don't mind taking out some number of Faithless Looting in this matchup, because it's sort of card disadvantage. Yes, Drill Sergeant was main deck yesterday. I've decided to relegate it to the sideboard. The main reason I want Drill Sergeant is to find Flaring Pain. So why would I bother having it in the deck if I'm not running Flaring Pain? If I was running the Mog Raiders or Goblin Sledders, then I would want Drill Sergeant in the main, but because I'm not running that style of deck, it's fine in the sideboard. I'm particularly interested in the Unearths and Duress in this matchup. Shred Memory is a tutor that can't be countered. Definitely want to keep the Night's Whispers. Those are super important in this matchup. So let's see here. We want to bring in 6 cards, so let's just make a split here. Oh, that doesn't feel right. Let's bring in... so awkward. I mean, yeah, the hand has the combo. I guess we'll keep it. This is probably too slow, but pretty hard to say no to a hand that has so many pieces. Nice. Ooh, Relic of Progenitus. Yep, that's a good answer. So that'll stop one iteration of the combo. Another Putrid Goblin. Well, with so many Putrid Goblins, I'm kind of interested in casting one. It would be pretty amazing if we could catch them tapped out at any point, but unless we draw Skirk here... Okay, and they're not tapping out anyway. That is kind of my thinking here. It's not generally something that I'm interested in, attacking with my goblins, but it worked once before. No ninja. Okay, so they reset Putrid Goblin. Oh, they're actually just going to straight get rid of it here. But they only have blue mana up, so I think this is a win for us. I think we just win here. Trying to think of if they could have anything, like Force Spike. I think we even win through that. Oh, they could have Blue Elemental Blast. Yeah, yeah. Blue would be the one card they could have. They have 3 cards in hand, though, so we're going to go for it anyway. Oh, that's true, too. Relic is up. No, that was the one thing that I really missed. It is going to take the Relic off the board, but yeah, they should be able to end our combo right here, right now. Yeah. So that was my bad. We could sacrifice the Matron for the Prospector, and that would get us a 2/2 to attack with. But yeah, that was a case of me not seeing what was right there on the table, and that's one of the reasons why you won't see me on the Pro Tour. I do have an annoying tendency to miss things. Okay, they go for the Ninja here. And I mean, I think that a lot of familiar faces we aren't going to see on the Pro Tour anymore with the confusion going on there. No one's quite sure what exactly is up. So what is this? Is this new Ninja or is this removal spell? It's removal spell. Another Prospector. I think we just go Introduction here. Hope it resolves. Not really what I wanted. That's not going to do too much. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The worm has turned. The quality of individual cards on my opponent's side is obviously so much higher. Oh man, and they're even tapping low here, but they're going to draw another island, so they'll have Spell Stutter up, I'm sure. Yeah. I think I should probably scoop this one up. I honestly don't see any way through this at this point. Maybe we could get a really big Pyromatics going. We could try for that. Good point, B4, L4. And yeah, they have 7 cards in hand, untapped mana, aggressive board. This is not looking too good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get 4 damage with the Pyromatics. Lightning Bolt us. And yeah, that's GG. Well, we didn't really see any of our sideboard cards there. I'm wondering, it might be worth bringing in the Abrade. But we're looking at so many sideboard cards at that point. That really cuts into our ways to potentially find the combo. All right, let's see what we can do with the play. We have a 1-land hand on the play. So close. So close. Oh, man. All right, this isn't going to work for me either. Okay, we can keep this. Speak of the devil. There's the relic right away. Did you mulligan to that relic? Well, we got everything except for the first day of class. But that Relic of Progenitus is in the way. Not to mention all their counter magic. Oh, Pyroblast does stop a bit of counter magic. Okay, another Pyroblast. Interesting. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I like the Unearth to be able to bring back our creatures that get countered. Well, we did hit a land drop, although I think that I would prefer to get something else going here. One, two, three, four, five. I'm kind of wondering if we just drop our board here and try to go aggro. Got a bear and a gray ogre. Let's go. That's right, Islands. One pile driver, we're good to go. That's all you ever need against blue. Could you imagine? They've downgraded rares before, I'm just saying. Oh, I love the Goblin Matron here. And they would need actual counterspell to counter that. And then we would just get to unearth it. I guess they could spell stutter the unearth. Okay, they do go for the counterspell on that. Ah, too bad. Spellstutter Sprite as well. And that does get to let them keep their relic here. Hey, what's up there, Nostalgia? Ooh, the Augur. That's a blocker. Now we're in trouble. Oh, another relic too. They are ready. They do not want to lose to stupid graveyard decks. Oh, wow. The triple lightning bolt hand. Oh, we are in danger. I'm gonna end this one. We're not gonna get through the relics and the lightning bolts and their blockers. Alright, so we have double red, but we have Manamorphose. So Shred Memory gets one piece, Goblin Matron gets another. I think it's barely good enough. It's not great, but we'll try it. Okay. So we're up against, could be Jeskai Affinity. There's other things it could be. Putrid Goblin, nice, we got another piece. So with Shred Memory and Matron, we're only missing one piece. Ah, it's only a 4-card combo. It's not that bad. Nice. We get the land. Cool. Definitely happy we drew land there. 4 cards. Putrid Goblin. Skirk Prospector. First Day of Class. And then one of our 2 win conditions. Pyromatics or Flamewave Invoker. So Shred Memory here can go get First Day of Class or Pyromatics, and Goblin Matron can go get Skirk Prospector or Flamewave Invoker. Four. We need 4 mana to start. From scratch. 4 mana on the board and nothing else. Ardent Recruit, okay. Tells us a little bit more about what we're getting into here. Goblin Matron, we still have to Shred Memory, so it's not going to be combo turn next turn unless we luck into the right draw. If we get First Day of Class off the top, we should be good to go. Because Goblin Matron counts as a mana. Get Prospector. Okay, pass back. I think I don't block this turn, but I'll be ready to trade Matron away very soon. Or just to chump with it. It's just this turn I wanted to hold it back. Just in case we draw first day of class. Okay. So we're going to have to Manamorphose at least once in order to get the Shred Memory to turn into class. So let's go ahead and start with that. And I want to keep the other Manamorphose for now. I'm not too interested in cashing in them both. I want to be able to make a little bit of black mana later on. Alright, so we have black already, so we'll go black-red. Another Night's Whisper. I would have really liked to have drawn land there. Oh, we're actually going to have to discard a card. That's fine. I'll discard a Night's Whisper. We've got enough cards in hand right now. Now, opponent does have red mana available with their Chromatic Stars and Prophetic Prism. So they could have something like Lightning Bolt, Galv Blast to interact with our combo. It'd be nice if we could use a Duress to be able to see if they have anything to interact with us. But in order to Duress, we're going to need to draw a land. So we might be looking at Manamorphose next turn to get that extra draw. I don't think I'm going to block with Matron, so I guess I might as well attack. There's a Tog. 1, 2... They haven't played a land yet, right? No, they played Great Furnace, so we're not dead. We got a land. Nice. Perfect draw. So we can Duress. So we go Duress first, Skirk Prospector, then we have 2 mana left. We play Putrid Goblin, and then sacrificing Matron and Putrid Goblin, we have 2 mana for first day. Alright, let's see if they have any way to interact with us. Damn! That is actually interaction. Yep, their brain is that big. That's fine. We're not dead yet. How are we going to do this? I think we have to play the Putrid Goblin. Oh man, this is rough. Because we're going to need a blocker. Maybe I Manamorphose here, see what we draw in case we get something that we can play to block the Tog. Excellent Galv Blast from the opponent there. Took us off the combo. No creature. I think I'm gonna go... I really want to Night's Whisper Prospector. I think I just play Putrid Goblin, though. Then we have the Putrid Goblin to block. We'll get it... it can block twice. The question is, do I play the Prospector? I think I play the Prospector to... Because if they have removal spell, the Putrid Goblin comes back anyways. So yeah, I don't think I need to expose the Prospector this turn, but if I play it, then I have more mana for Night's Whisper next turn. Alright. Play a Seat. So we know about a Chromatic Star in hand. I expect them to play that as well. Maybe just sacrifice them to the Tog. Mirror Forcer, sure. We're going to be in a lot of trouble in just a minute. And I mean, they got 2 more draws here, so... Three, 4, 5, 6. So if they have Galv Blast, we die. We're gonna, I think, just go ahead and hit 6. Okay, not dead. Not yet, anyway. They still had another draw there. White mana for Ardent Recruit. That's making me feel like we're not dead. Okay, let's cross our fingers and Night's Whisper. No luck. Alright, I think that's death. Pretty sure there's no way we can come through, so we're just going to concede here. Alright. So we're going to bring in Abrade. And we could potentially bring in Darkness here. Darkness could actually win us a game, depending on the situation. Okay, so yeah, we could have done the Rummage. What did we have left in hand, though? We had a Duress, some lands. We needed to find a new way to reset our Putrid Goblin, so we needed a fresh Putrid Goblin or an Unearth, as well as the win condition. So, like, maybe... And we couldn't even rummage into a Night's Whisper. So maybe we could have, like, rummaged into a Faithless Looting, found the 2 cards we needed. Okay, so we got both of our colors. We have 3 pieces of the combo. We're going to keep this. We're just missing some mana and First Day. But thanks for speaking up there, Nostalgia. I do think that I have a habit of conceding a little bit too early. our opponent think they might be like double queuing or doing a couple things at once just from the way they've been hanging on some places, like they were tapped out there. There was nothing they could have done. Sneaky hydration. Usually you don't yell sneak attack as you're coming in, but to each their own. Hello, Robin. How you doing today? Ooh, okay. So we have the full combo. We're just missing on lands. Alright, I'm going to risk putting out the Putrid Goblin here. It is a pretty big risk, but if it pans out, we might actually win next turn. Because playing the Putrid Goblin this turn changes the mana we need from 4 to 2. Come on, tap out. Come on, tap out. That's what I like to see. Okay, easy win. Okay, so we need 40 mana. And this is just going to be a little bit of click, 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 click here as we get our mana going. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I would love to be able to set up some kind of... what do we used to call those things? Macro keys? Anyway, some sort of set where I could just say, okay, press one button and it does this entire iteration, 40 times. That would be wonderful. And that's why this deck is going to be so much more fun to play in paper. But here we go. We're just going to mine for mana. Click, 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 click. We're most of the way there. And we'll be heading on to game 3 in a minute, maybe 2. Okay, that's 40. Now, they don't have to wonder anymore. And we have 6. Okay, so blind, you prefer a list from Diego Brando. Is this a Goblin Combo list from Brando? And can you tell me a little bit about it? Is it the one that runs the Hissing Iguanars? Because I've seen a couple of different ways to run this list. Yeah, I have been intending to run the list with Iguanar, but it's not as combo focused, and it's really intense. Like, the lines you can find where you can potentially do exact Cs from different positions, it's kind of intimidating. But I absolutely intend on picking up that list at some point. So yeah, that list runs a few different cards, having the Hissing Iguanar in the main, and then also generally having a Goblin Sledder or a Mog Raider in order to make one of your hasty goblins into a lethal attacker. Yes, absolutely blind. It has a lot of angles of attack. And it's much better at turning their creatures sideways than this deck is. I know, right? And it's going to be a matter of making myself comfortable with it. It's just that having seen some of the problems that people have been solving on the Discord, I can really see like the depth of the deck. It'll be interesting to play it, but I definitely expect to be stumbling quite a bit with it when I first pick it up. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got 2 Matrons, which is good. We got Faithless Lootings, and Shred Memory is a combo piece. The hand is slow, but we can get there eventually. I think that we can keep this. I think this is better than a random 6 or 5. We've seen somehow some of our mulligans will go, so a hand this close to the combo, I'm going to keep it. Combo player Discord. It's the, Yeah, there's a first day of class Discord that I'm a part of. I'm on Tom Ross's Discord for the Yawgmoth stuff. Another Matron, okay. Play Mountain, go get Swamp. Ooh, we really need another land here. I think I'm going to Faithless Looting, because I really need to get another land. And we're not doing anything else this turn. Okay, well, we find the first day of class, which is huge. I'm going to get rid of a Matron and probably just 2 Matrons, honestly. Do I need the Shred Memory anymore? Because we have Matron, these 2 get the goblins, we have the first day of class, then we have another goblin to win the game with. So yeah, I think we can get rid of Shred Memory. We don't need it anymore. Okay, land off the top. This is really important. Land off the top. Gotta play that Goblin Matron this turn. I mean, I wasn't specific, so that's my fault, I guess. I'm going to play the land, bounce with Carnarium, and then loot. Manamorphoses. I think I just get rid of Manamorphose. Yeah, I think I just get rid of Manamorphose. Don't need it. We already have the combo. Yeah, good point, Blind. It's even more degenerate and specific. Yeah, you can get into some pretty dark stuff on Discord. Goblin Combo. Nice draw. So we're good to go next turn. Prospector. I'd love to draw a Duress off the top. And we're still at 19 life here. We're not under any pressure. But that can change very quickly with this deck, as you can see. Tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out. Well, that's 2 mana probably for the clue, but they do have red mana with a star. I think we should probably still go for it here. Either that or we could just put down like a bunch of matrons, block, see if they'll like go in next turn. We got a Night's Whisper. It's making me even more interested in holding back for a turn. No land, but we do get the Unearth. We can Unearth a Matron? Oh, that's super good. Unearth a Matron. Go get a Prospector, play Prospector. Okay, go ahead. Sure. Good thing we didn't go for the combo there. All right, set up for a block. Alright, so this is our only first day of class. If they interact with a combo, we don't have any more class. Okay, they're going to leave their mana untapped. Wise choice. Okay, because we actually have an instant way to win, because of Pyromatics and First Day, I might be interested in just waiting here. But if they have a removal spell for Putrid Goblin right now, that would be super good for them. We do still have Goblin Matron though, so we'll be able to hold off on First Day if they kill Putrid Goblin. Okay. And we pass. Like I said, our combo here is instant, so we can wait for them. Okay, so they're going to crack the clue. They have 1 mana left with Prophetic Prism, but 5 cards in hand. Yeah, instant speed win. I'm really hoping they tap that last mana, but I don't think they will. Sure. We have a blocker here for the Mirror Enforcer. The Duress was such a good draw. This is what I've been looking for. Fiery Cannonade in response. Alright, let's go. I think I go for it now. Cancel. Hold on. Fiery Cannonade resolves. I sacrifice Skirk Prospector. Cannonade resolves. I cast First Day of Class. I guess, like, the First Day of Class is still going to be going down anyways. Alright. They have something. I think they're killing the Prospector. I think we still have enough mana. We can Matron another Prospector. This is kind of telling here. Our opponent has played this match quite slow, and despite that, our clock is still significantly lower than theirs. So, I mean, like, I think that there's been a lot of examples of this throughout the leagues I've played with this deck. If you intend on taking this deck into competition, you are going to want to have quite a bit of time to practice with it so that you understand how the lines work. Because you can spend quite a bit of time otherwise. Oh, they had a blue elemental blast? Good thing they didn't use that on the first day of class. Damn! Get Prospector. Okay, so now we need 40 mana. And we got just under 10 minutes to do it, which is plenty of time. We do also have attacks here. So we could attack for 6. Which means we would... Oh man, that's math. If we're attacking for 6, how much mana do we need? I guess we could even... No, we couldn't do... Alright. Because, like, even if we messed up the math, we would still be able to Goblin Matron into the combo post-combat. But if we do 6, that puts them to 14, and twice of 14 is 28. So we need 28 mana. So yeah, that's 14, so we gotta put, we gotta do 13 of these replicates. That's 14 damage, putting them to 6, and we have 6 power on board. Okay. Cool. This one is a tough one to keep, but we have so many redraws. I think I'm going to keep it. We get to keep the 7. We're on the play. We get a turn 2 Night's Whisper. I think this is good enough, but we are pretty far from the combo, only having 1 piece, but this is a lot of draws. Oh my, blind. I did see the new Goblin. The Jund Hierarch looks great. Uh-oh. Windscar Crag. It's going to be a hard matchup, everybody. Unfortunate. So yeah, I'm thinking that the new Jund Hierarch is going to be seeing so much play. Oh, they made a meme with it, huh? I'll have to take a look for that. Alright, I'm thinking probably tap Mountain for Faithless Looting, return it to hand, play the Carnarium, play the Looting. Oh man, another Night's Whisper, but still no combo pieces. Gonna get rid of Bloodfell Caves and Mountain, because we can go get another land with the Warrens and pull a card out of the deck. Could get rid of Carnarium here. I don't know how much time we have. If we got a lot of time, Carnarium could still be fine. From the Crypt with the bits. Good morning. How you doing today? Thanks for joining us. We're doing the Goblin Combo thing, and we're in round 4. Bajuka Bog, you got it. Core Skyfisher. This might... Okay, this might be better than I thought. I think this is Boros Monarch, which is better matchup than Boros Bully. Let's go get a swamp. Okay, we got a combo piece. Okay, so this gets us a 7, this gets us a 6. And then back up to 8, then we can Duress. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, we got the combo now. We just need the time to deploy it. Get rid of the Bonder's Ornament, I think. They don't have anything in hand to stop us yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to use the Shred Memory to get the combo going. So I don't think we can combo next turn, even if we play the Prospector. 1, 2, 3. get the Putrid Goblin, then we'll have 2 more lands to play the Putrid Goblin, and that won't be enough mana to first day. Alright. Seeing that spoiled Dragonland hate card. Oh, I don't think I've seen that. I did see the indestructible artifact lands, which are coming into Pauper. Very excited about that. It means that we can play artifact lands without worrying so much about getting blown out by Gorilla Shaman. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, Blind. I was interested in not discarding a card, but I think we would have been better served to just keep it. Okay, so only thing we're missing here is Putrid Goblin, so let's go get it. And we even have the Unearth to keep the combo going, so I think we should be good. It doesn't matter too much. Okay, might as well play that. Alright, so we have 6 mana. So I think we just go Prospector, Putrid Goblin first day. And we have the Unearth to save 1 creature. Just trying to think if there's any reason to play first day of class before. I don't think so. Let's just save our mana then. Okay, they're taking their time to think here, so they might have interaction. Okay, they have at least 1 piece. Kind of think I'd like to draw a card here. Shred Memory. It's not going to do anything. All right, let's just go ahead and Unearth. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so they're at 21, so we need 42 mana. A lot of clicks. So it only took a couple of seconds for me to tell the opponent what I was doing. There was a couple of reasons that I decided to do that. One they're tapped out, so they're not going to interact with us. Knowing what we're about to do isn't going to allow them to interact with us. 2, maybe they would concede. Maybe, I don't know. 3, it lets them know what we're actually doing, so they're not thinking that we're, like, wasting time or whatever. And, I mean, honestly, what they're doing here is entirely fair. They're letting us use our clock to make all the mana, so we actually have to use our time. And they're not playing any games with it. They just hit F6 and let us do our thing. So that's totally legit. All right, I'll be looking at chat in a couple of minutes here. Probably less than a couple of minutes. I just want to get my mana, get my Pyromatics on the stack, and I'll see what y'all are saying. Okay, here we are. 42 is the answer. And we need 20 replicates. Okay, all same target. So let's see here. The ultimate BM. This deck is the ultimate BM. With every day of class, you go through the combo quicker. That's right. As I'm learning more and more how this thing works, I'm able to do it with a little bit more confidence every time. There we go. Okay, so we do expect them to have access to prismatic strands out of their sideboard. So we're going to bring in the Flaring Pain and the Drill Sergeant. Otherwise, I'm not interested in any of the cards in the sideboard here. Abrade is okay. We could probably bring in Abrade. That could potentially get rid of... Like, I don't know. I don't think they would play Relic. I don't think they would play Relic. But who knows? Anybody could be playing Relic nowadays. Alright, we'll put Abrade in the maybe column, because that's getting up to a lot of cards. Alright, what do we got? We got the Flaring Pain, the Drill Sergeant, and the Abrades. Not too hot on the Duress in this matchup. It can take, like, Lightning Bolt or Electrickery or Cannonade out of their hand. Faithless Looting is fine in this matchup. Potentially look at Manamorphose as cards to cut. I think I'm going to want to keep my Unearths in this matchup. It's a good 1-for-1. They're going to have like lightning bolts and whatever, so if we're comboing out, they kill our creature, we can Unearth it back. I want all... So yeah, I think I want all the 1-drops. Oh, we only have a minute left to pull the cards out. Yeah, we keep this. Absolutely keep this. Do I Knight's Whisper this turn? I think I do. I think I'd like to draw cards. I know I'm going to have to discard one this way, but I'd like to be able to get towards my combo. We'll just get rid of one of the Bloodfell Caves here, no problem. Could get rid of one of the Putrid Goblins to unearth it, but I think I would rather have two in hand. We can play one of them next turn, and then keep the other one back. Journey to Nowhere on the Putrid Goblin. Okay, that's a good way to get rid of it. We aren't under a lot of pressure yet. Opponent is looks like they're stuck on lands. Oh, they do find another land. Pyromatics. Okay, we got another piece. So we're only missing one piece at this point. I almost like casting First Day of Class as like a 5-mana Preordain. Then again, like I said, we're not under any pressure. We can wait. Another Bojuka Bog. Tapped lands. Another First Day of Class. Wowee. So many first days. Shred Memory. That does not get us any of the cards we're looking for. Phew. They had 4 mana there. There's definitely a card that would have been crushing if they had played it there. Not many decks play it, but Okiba Gang Shinobi would have been absolutely crushing. Thanks for that, lag.com. Inspector Clouseau is a terrifying magic card. Do I Manamorphose here? I think I do. Worst case, we can play Putrid Goblin. Another Pyromatics. Could kill the Thraben Inspector. I think I'll just play Putrid Goblin. Core Skyfisher, sure. Holding up the red mana so they have interaction for us. No blocks. Another land. Miss, miss, miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's only 4 damage. I guess we could block Thraben Inspector, then Pyromatics to kill their board. Sure. And I'm going to do the Pyromatics now so that we can prevent the damage. Okay, so we're doing 4 times, so we replicate 3 times. Okay, so we got the first one on this one, second one on this one, third one on this one, last one here. Uh-oh. Okay, one of them's there, one of them's there. Oh man, this screwed up. Okay. Oh, okay, it says you may change the target, so otherwise we just hit same, same. Okay. One there, one there, one there. Okay, it looks right. Okay. Just the way that was working, it was really weird. I thought that we were going to miss. But we got it to work. Okay, not so bad. Still missing one of the cards we need. Just gonna pass. We have 8 cards in our deck we can draw, which will get us the piece we need. The 4 pieces themselves and 4 matrons. And then we also have a bunch of draw spells. It looks like we still have 3 Night's Whispers and 4 Faithless Lootings. We do not find it this turn. Yeah, Duress would be fine. Okay, Palace Sentinels, that's a good one for them. They got the Monarch now. Let's get some cards out of our deck, and we're just going to have to pass back. Because we cannot find the Prospector. And if we're going to make mana, we need the Prospector. We've got just over 10 minutes left on our clock. And they are going to have so much interaction. They are going to be ready for us. Uh-oh. I think we're actually just dead here. They're just going to throw lightning bolts at us. Yep. That's one of the cool things that this deck can do. It just does 10, 12 damage out of nowhere. Galvanized. Well, we didn't see the relic. So I don't know that we need the Abrade. Maybe they just don't have it. And then is Duress better than Manamorphose? I want to be able to take their Cannonade before I do my combo. Alright, got 1 piece, 2 pieces out of 4. We got looting to find more. I'm going to keep this. Amliskull, morning. Thanks for joining us today. How you doing? Got a little bit of Pauper action going on over here. Another Faithless Looting. Alright, let's start looting. Okay, we find first day of class. We're only missing the 1 card we were missing last time. Get rid of looting and a land. I think it's too risky to play Putrid Goblin into a potential Journey to Nowhere, so we'll just pass. And then next turn we can maybe like flash back a Faithless Looting so we're not discarding cards. Okay, there's a clock. Bajuka Bog. Oh, that gets rid of our Faithless Lootings. Unfortunate. Another first day of class. Alright, let's loot. Loot suit. Get rid of Unearth and first day, and then we'll Faithless Loot again. Okay, get rid of Carnarium Unearth. This is one of the problems when you're playing a combo deck like this. Sometimes you just won't find your pieces. Could play a Drill Sergeant as wave something for them to target. Or I think I would just want to flashback. No, we already did that, didn't we? Oh, we don't have any more Faithless Lootings. Yeah, I would be into playing the Drill Sergeant if we had 5 mana, so that we could activate it when it dies. But as is, I'm not too interested in throwing it into Journey to Nowhere or Lightning Bolt. Some good flip play from the opponent here, just attack and hold up Lightning Bolt whole game. We might use Pyromatics to kill the Glinthawk here, so they have to invest more in the board. Oh, I did that too much. Okay. Just want to replicate the once. Same target. Yep, I thought so. They don't even play it. So they just have infinite interaction. Ooh, I should have played the Drill Sergeant there. But I'm trying to play quickly, so made a small mistake. Another Bojuka Bog. That doesn't really hit anything. Duress, okay. Pass back. That'll be good for when we draw the Prospector. Next turn, here we go, Prospector off the top. What is this Sergeant even still doing in my hand? Get out of here. Oh, Electrickery. Nice. Definitely like taking that out of their hand. Oh, we found the Prospector, too. Nice. Now, one thing is for certain. Prospector is not going to be Journey to Nowhere. Well, they got 7 cards in hand, so they've got a ton of interaction. We're going down to 10 here. So they could just kill us, regardless of how close we are to comboing. Uh-oh. Looks like Bolt Galvblast. Maybe we should have blocked that Thraben Inspector. GG. It's almost like you know my morning routine. Okay. I bet she loves that. Is that her new favorite hobby? And are you sure she's cleaning the wall, or is she coloring it in? Just gotta use your imagination. Just got the magic eraser. Okay, let's go get first day. Can't counter that. Ferdinand was first out. Just goes to show you never go up against a bard in a fashion show. Although, interestingly, we never got through a full start. We never started a second round, so we never knew what would happen if one of the goblins actually survived a fashion show. I think I go get Pyromatics with a Shred Memory, although we could go get Night's Whisper. Okay, so we're actually playing versus Curve. This is Izzet Curve. Okay, so I guess we could play Putrid Goblin since we have another one. And then we wouldn't have to discard a card. Good question, lag.com. So the deck plays 4 counter spells, and then they also have Dispel in the main, Negate in the side, and this is just like the version I was playing, so I don't know what they're doing. Okay, we're going to start applying pressure with this Putrid Goblin. Let's go. Okay, there's a counterspell. Got rid of one of them. Only 3 more legit counterspells in the deck. Figure it would be more than that, you know? But then again, they have removal spells, which work pretty well. Goblin Matron, nice. So we're going to want that to resolve. I think we have enough mana to go right now. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we have enough. So let's start with a Duress. See what they have. Alright, opponent's taking a little bit of time here to decide if they want to counter the Duress. Or let us see what they have. Okay. Wow. Look at that hand. I guess we just take Curve, right? Because they have 3 counter spells plus Dispel. So, yeah. Just take Curve. No. No, we're not going off. Ever. Counter my Matron. There you go. Your turn. Another Duress. They cannot counter the copies. Good to know. I thought you just had to, like, have as many counters as you had, and you could counter as many copies. I don't think we really go for Duress here. We'll just keep doing them 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, build up our mana till we can Pyromatics for the last points. You absolutely can counter copies? Yeah, okay. Otherwise, Flusterstorm is bad? Yeah, that's true. But you'll have... Okay, so we'll have more copies than they can counter. That's a different thing. So then how does Replicate work against Chalice? Because I thought you could replicate your Shatter Spree or something to get through that. Maybe I was wrong. Okay, they're actually going after the Putrid Goblin here. And that was the Lightning Bolt. Ah, okay. Thanks, friends. Because, yeah, I was pretty sure Replicate got through Chalice. Okay, so now we don't really have much left to go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 5 damage with Pyromatics. Yeah, I know, right? Skirting a 1/1. What else are they going to use it for, I guess? They got double counterspell, dispel in hand. Ah, another Pyromatics. That's so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we go Pyromatics next turn. Or at the end of their turn. Smack them for 5. Or we could just wait. We're not under any real pressure here. We could try and find more lands. We don't need to throw these off right now. Duress into Skirk takes 2 spells. Maybe we should have done that last turn. Take their counter spell. We'll see what we got here. Still no... Oh, no. Okay, they're playing the curve. So this is the big turn. Is this a lethal curve? It is not a lethal curve. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we could Pyromatics for 4, put them to 8, and we won't be able to kill them after that. So let's see what we get. Okay. Start with a Duress. Get rid of one of their counterspells. Play Prospector. Play a Putrid Goblin. Okay, pass turn. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to block, and then we'll use First Day to get rid of one of their counterspells. Oh, I see. Manamorphose. Unearth. Interesting. First day saves the Putrid Goblin, but then we lose the first day. We don't really need the first day for what we're doing. Let's cast it, see if they'll counter it. It saves the Putrid Goblin, not the Prospector. But I'm more interested to see if they use a counterspell. Okay, they use a Dispel. Cool. And we still have a blocker for the Fractal later. Another Prospector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is even mana, but Prospector's basically free, so let's play it. Pass turn. I mean, as long as we have a block, we should be good. We block, play Pyromatics, untap, play Pyromatics. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 11, 12. So that's replicate 5 times. Oh, we can just 6 here, I think. Okay, Unearth gets us positive mana. They have, I think, 1 counterspell known. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Which is, so they would need 2 counterspells in order to get the Pyromatics to not be lethal. We know they have 1 counterspell, and they've played 3 counterspells plus Dispel, so I don't think they have 2 counterspells. But yeah, we could unearth the Putrid Goblin. Oh yeah, that's true. We can attack for the extra point of damage. Yep. And we can actually unearth the Goblin Matron if we don't intend on... yeah, we can unearth the Goblin Matron here, cast a Putrid Goblin, and that's still about even on mana. Anyway, let's go in for combat. Don't need to be using all of our clock here. This should actually be pretty easy. Elementary at this point, especially with that 1 damage. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 7, and 6. Okay, we'll sacrifice this as well. Pyromatics. Nice. Sweet. Okay, we managed to get game 1. And we didn't even combo. It was Pyromatics. What a card. Okay, I want to do Pile View for this part. I'm going to want to bring in Pyroblast. And that's probably it. Okay, so we got 4 cards to bring in. I don't mind taking out some number of Faithless Looting because they're card disadvantage. And I feel like this game is going to get grindy. But it might honestly just be better to get rid of the Manamorphose and keep the Faithless Looting just because of how well Faithless Looting works in this deck. Oh, that's true too. It does have Dispels, which cannot hit looting, and might actually bring in extra Dispels. They'll also have Negate. Yeah, keep this. Play Bloodfell Caves into Mountain. Not too sure about the turn to Night's Whisper. They could potentially have counter magic up, and also we don't want to discard a card. Ooh, with the Pyroblast, we should definitely wait. Oh, man. I guess we're going to play the Prospector here just so we don't have to discard a card. We have the Unearth to bring it back if we need. Hey, Shrazamon! Hey, thanks for joining us. You're coming in right at the end. This is match 5, but glad you're able to stop by. Shrazamon and I hang out on a stream that happens on the weekends. Propaganda. If you haven't heard about it before, they are one of the premier Pauper streamers, one of the premier Pauper brewers. Deluxe Lykoff, who has the Propaganda channel, actually designed, created Boros Bully, which I think is pretty cool. And he's designed countless decks since then as well. Boros Bully is the one people generally pull to the forefront because it's the one that the most people have picked up. And Boros Bully is quite the pain versus the deck we're playing right here. Definitely a winnable matchup, but one of the more difficult ones because of Prismatic Strands. Okay, pass turn from here. Yeah, exactly. We can counter the curve with the Pyroblast if we need to. Although I'm kind of hoping, not gonna lie, to use the Pyroblast to resolve Night's Whisper. But we'll see what's more important as we move forward. Because, yeah, curve could be a killer. Alright, so we can actually go get Putrid Goblin right now. There's no point in using the exile effect from Shred Memory, because Curve also counts cards in exile. But yeah, basically we're both going to be spending a lot of time setting up. Oh, another Night's Whisper, nice. Alright, let's start with a Night's Whisper here. We got tons of cards in hand, so no reason for them to counter that. And we'll go back down to 7 cards. Okay, they have the counterspell. I think we let that resolve. We have an Unearth here. I think we're actually supposed to wait. We'll do that next turn. Because depending on how they act during their turn, we might actually have combo next turn. Okay, no plays. Ah, Pyromatics, nice. Alright, pass back. We can wait until we get a Duress, another Pyroblast. We're not under any pressure currently. So until they can make a fractal that is as large as our life total, we don't need to worry too much. So we'll just keep playing lands for now. Sculpt our hand, get a whole bunch of mana, and if they tap down at all, we'll get them. Just going to discard the Carnarium. Pieces of the puzzle, nice, they're tapping low. They only have 4 mana left. Hey, thanks, handsome. I got a lot of quality content on there. If you're interested in seeing me win, you can check out content that has the 5-0 icon on it. If you're interested in seeing certain types of decks, I got a lot of variety available. Okay, let's. I think we're gonna go for it here. There's at least one 5-0. There's more than one. We got one with Spirits, one with Jund Shadow, one with Death and Taxes, 2 with Yawgmoth combo. Oh my. That is quite the hand. They only have access to a single red spell, but they have double counterspell. I think we just get rid of the counterspell, because they only have 1 red mana. So they could counter one thing and we have Pyroblast, or they can Cannonade. And if they Cannonade, we can first day of class in response. Or maybe we just like get the Night's Whisper going. Is that, let's see here, is that the same set we won with 0 cards in our deck? I think that was a 4-1, so that wouldn't have been marked. How's this deck been doing? I really enjoy it. I'm a big fan. I'm in between Counterspell and Cannonade. The Cannonade could be pretty difficult to deal with. Let's just get rid of that so we don't have to deal with it. Ah, this is tough, because they have the Wizardry too. Their hand is pretty stocked, as we would expect it to be. Alright, getting rid of the Cannonade is too much of a problem. Cool. We get another Duress. Nice. Okay, I think we might get rid of Goblin Wizardry now, so they don't have the ability to... Ooh, if we get rid of Counterspell, they have one Counterspell and one Scred. I still don't think we quite have enough mana. This is tough. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. I just want to make sure that I'm not throwing away a win. Let's say we take away Counterspell. So they have one Counterspell and one removal spell left. We play Unearth Putrid Goblin, Unearth Prospector, and we have 3 mana left, which is enough for First Day and Pyroblast. Yeah, the new artifact lands are nice. I'm expecting the Squirrel Storm to be banned almost immediately. Okay, they're going to counterspell that, so we Pyroblast. Counterspell. Okay. I'm not too sure what they have left in hand at this point. I think they have these 4 cards. So if we start the combo, they can interact, so we just have to pass. I'm really hoping they go for a lightning bolt right now. That would be the ideal. Okay, no luck. Go ahead, opponent. What am I going to do now? Make them go for it? Oh, they drew a Dispel. Okay. Is what it is. Another First Day. Okay. The Faithless Looting isn't too great. We just don't have enough cards right now to properly discard a card. We want both the First Day and the Pyromatics. So we're just going to have to wait at least one turn before we can cast the Faithless Looting. Okay, I think we have to use the Pyromatics here to do 2 damage to each of the goblins. So that's 3 replications. Oops, no, that's too many. It's two... No, it is 3, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay, so... Same target. This one, this one. Okay. Start with loot. Loot suit. Yeah, exactly. They had mana up. We knew they had Scred in hand, so if I went 1 damage on each goblin, they could Scred my Putrid Goblin and keep both of their goblins alive. I thought they had red mana up. It might have been blue. Maybe I was wrong. Think that this is a game we might be in danger of losing to time if we have to go to a game 3. But we haven't lost a match due to time yet in this league. In this league. Oh, I should have got another Matron there. Damn it. Oh no! Swirling Sandstorm kills our board. This is definitely a moment where I wish we had pest summoning. It doesn't happen too often, but every once in a while I wish we had the pests. Be able to put in a pair of 2/2s with haste would be really good here. Oh, another Matron. I almost want to get the Grey Ogre, to be honest. If we can land the Grey Ogre and start pumping mana into it. They have the Scred, but if we can even get 1 pump into it, that would be pretty nice. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cost 8 mana. Okay, we're nowhere even close. Probably still just go get a Putrid here then. Either that or another Goblin Matron would be good. Yeah, let's get Matron. I'm just wondering if I want to leave a Matron in the deck for any reason. Alright, let's hold Matron in hand and pass here. Next turn, maybe we could go first day of class into Goblin Matron into Putrid Goblin. Attack for damage. Maybe I'm supposed to counter that. Another friggin' swirling sandstorm, of course. And we basically gave it to him. Okay. Nothing we can do about that. Good thing we got another matron. Pyromatics. That might be good later. Gonna run out of time. I'm gonna die by the clock. Seems like it happens every once in a while. Oh, they're gonna dispel this. I guess we'll use this Pyroblast. Okay, let's stack. Smack. Take 5. Lightning bolt. Yep. We can just hit 6 here. We don't have anything to play. We've got so little time left on our clock, we don't want to be playing around with that. Oh, Duress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 4 damage with Pyromatics. Oh, Hydroblast to kill the Goblin, sure. Duress. Pair of Screds. Intro to Prophecy. Get the Night's Whisper. That's a really good draw. Nice. So we know they have Scred in hand, so I think we just pass. Nothing to do to that. Pieces of the puzzle's pretty good for them. So they have pieces, Scred, and an unknown. 2 cards on top. Ouch. It's got 8 cards left in library? What? I didn't even realize. But they've probably got curve into curve on top. 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. That would be nice. Invoker and then Pyromatics. Nice. Okay, they might have counter magic. They have Hydroblast, pretty much known. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not even close. Just don't have a lot of time to think about our plays either, which is a pain. Oh, it resolved. Nice. That's super, super good that it resolved. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Scred, okay. Activate this. And hope we don't die. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need one more mana. Oh, man. Still not there. They have one card left in deck? This is their last card? Did we... Oh, man. So all we have to do is not die this turn? Hydroblast, kill our creature. Okay. I like how they're throwing all these things down like this, because we're going to be able to Pyromatics in response. And they cannonaded at the wrong time and killed their creatures. We were going to be able to play through that, and then they threw it away. Oh, man. I can't believe we won that game. I mean... Yeehaw. I think this this deck, it's pretty close to the way that I like it. I'm going to be putting this one down for a little while after this. Eventually picking up the Hissing Iguanar version. But I think for the time being... I'm going to be finished with this deck for a little while. Definitely really enjoy it. I think it's a ton of fun, but I think this is really a deck that I would be more interested in playing in paper. The amount of clicks that go through in order to make your combo is obscene, and a league can take a really long time. We played 5 matches of Magic, and it took over 3 hours today. So... generally, I like to play a deck that's a little bit faster than that. One of many reasons I don't pick up Tron. That being said, I do think that this is a really cool list. And that coolness factor is definitely worth something.